Hi, this is Jeffrey Kerr Financial Group. Today is Wednesday, April 8th, 2026. I don't know where to start on trying to describe what's going on. I mean, clearly you should know that there's been a truce, a ceasefire before a severe bombing that was being threatened. And last night we got that there's going to be pushed out 2 weeks. So, that is good for a lot of different reasons. And the stock market and financial markets are celebrating that. And that's rightfully so, that if in fact, there's some questions I think around it, but if in fact we do have a settlement and some sort of agreement, that is a good thing for the global economy and for geopolitical and on many different levels. The stock markets in the U.S. here are up over 2% on the major indexes. The Russell is up over 3%. I'm doing this midday. I was trying to get a handle on all the different factors and what people are saying about the developments as it pertains to the markets in order to kind of pass along some information. Crude oil is down on WTI, West Texas Intermediate, is down $18, 16%. Bond yields are down. That makes sense, right? If crude stays lower, that's a big if, that inflation will come down and interest rates should come down. And that's a good thing. Gold and silver were up. Bond yields, again, down, as I said. So, a lot of good things kind of falling in place, but boy, there just seems to be a lot of unknowns as to what specifically is being agreed upon, differing announcements from both sides about, well, we agreed to this, and then the other side say, no, we agreed to these, and what they're claiming they're agreeing to doesn't really match up right now. Again, there's so much unknown that, what is it that, where we are in negotiations, how close we are, and all of that. And so I think one of the conclusions I'm taking away from this is that with the unknowns and how fragile this is, I still think there's quite a bit of risk here. And I don't know how really to quantify it in the sense that, well, maybe some of these things get drawn out over a month and maybe there's more threats coming next week or next hour even. Or something along those lines. So I guess a very, unstable area and unstable market. But right now it's a good bounce back with some solid news that if in fact there is a agreement, a settlement, and we can move forward. We'll be back on Friday. Thank you for listening. Please like, subscribe, and send us any questions and comments. Thank you again. Goodbye.